right, what's going on, everybody? So earlier today, I was putting some cards in order. These are all cards that are yet to be recorded, and part of my, I guess, safekeeping process, storage process, includes first putting it into a card sleeve and then into a card holder. So the outcome will look something like this. As you can see, it's in a sleeve, and then this is a card holder. All right, and it took me a little bit of time, watched a lot of videos, and also kind of came into my own with a system that I believe is pretty widely accepted and kind of, I would say, is the norm based on what I have seen others do, whether it's a video of them mailing things in to be graded, or just showing how they store and keep their card collection organized. So I felt like this video might help people in my situation that are just getting started, getting back into the collecting hobbyist, the collecting world, the hobby world of sports cards. So this way you can eliminate a lot of the trial and errors that that I went through. For example, these are holders, Ultra Pro, semi-rigid card holders. They seem to be the standard out there in the market. This is exactly what that is. So the size is 2.5 by 3.5. All right, and it's got a 1/2-inch lip, which they were the ones that I purchased originally. And again, here is what that looks like. What I found to be the case with these is they were just too small. It was very, very frustrating to get the cards in without bending them or potentially damaging the cards. And that's the whole purpose of having them in a case, right? So that just kind of, I realized quickly that that just wasn't going to work. Not knowing that there was a bigger size, this is, you know, what I started with. So from there, I did my research, did my homework, and was able to find what I use today, and that is, you know, just a size bigger, which is the 3.5, or I'm sorry, the 3 by 3/16, or the 3 and 3/16 by 4 1/4. It has a 1/2-inch lip as well, clear vinyl, and you can see, as far as the difference is concerned, there's a clear difference in the width of it all, which is where it all matters. So in this case, size does matter, and I have had a lot of success with the ease of putting my cards into these size card holders. Prior to doing that, I will use the Ultra Pro card sleeves. I think these are pretty standard. It says hold standard card size, up to 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. So what I'll do is, as per the recommendation of other collectors, as far as how they submit, and apparently how PSA, Beckett, the grading companies want you to submit them, is first within the protective case, protective card sleeve, and then placed into the card holder. And these are good too because the lip, the 1/2-inch lip, allows for you to hold it, twirl it, turn it, and you're never touching the card. Now, from a positioning standpoint, depending on how you're holding and encasing your cards, you want to make sure that there's obviously no room for this to bend or potentially cram, and as a result could potentially damage the cards. So you just want to be mindful of how you're storing it, and maybe you may not put a top on it, or if you do, you're just keeping it loose. So once again, big part of the collecting and the sports card hobbyist kind of toolbox is card holders, sleeves, and different kind of cases to hold them in. You know, I bought a few of these. This would hold roughly about 25 cards. And my thought process was, if I had, you know, let's just say some base cards, but they're just good players, and, you know, I'd be able to put them in here, which I did. And I do have some larger size cases that are filled with cards. But, you know, whether it's OCD or just trying to keep things uniform, I have just simply gone to using the card holders for mostly everything. I did, and I think that it was a good purchase because when you're opening up a bunch of cards, when you're breaking boxes, breaking packs, you know, you're not going to get a hit all the time. Not every card is going to be a hit. So I found to, you know, protect those cards that, you know, just start to mount up or add up. You know, the card storage case by Jammers is a go-to. So you can hold up to about 1,100 cards. It's portable, it's clean, and it works for me. So I encourage you to just kind of look at what it is that you are collecting. If you're buying packs of cards, you're going to have excess amount of cards, so you're going to want to store them somewhere. What I do is for these cases right here, which traditionally when I was growing up, early 90s, late 80s, these were how we stored our cards. And you would have your rookie card case that was always kind of a little bit extra because it had the print on there. I've noticed that, you know, these, because I had a little bit of an absence, a couple decades actually, from the hobby, I picked up a pack of these. It was the 25 count, and I noticed that the size was a little bit bigger, and it led to the cards falling out. So I was not aware that there was multiple options, multiple choices at this point. So one thing is if this is the route that you're going to go, make sure you're paying attention to the size. Make sure you're paying attention to the size of the opening, the lip there, and what it's meant for, because now you have a lot of the cards that have that are a little bit thicker, that have the memorabilia tied to it or a piece of the court, whatever it might be, and you know, they're great to fit in there, those size cards. But regular size cards, maybe not so much. I have to say that my hometown sports store, card store, Evan's Sports Cards and Collectibles. Evan has been great. I've asked him probably a million questions every single time I've gone in there, and he's been helpful. So I encourage you to visit your local sports collectibles, sports card hobby shop in town or the next town over, and ask questions. This is a hobby, and it brings people together, and it's a positive thing. So I have found that by asking questions, I've been able to get the answers, and people are very, very eager and willing to answer those questions. So there you have it. This is just one. I probably do maybe 2 more videos on not only the cases, but also on how to organize, or how I'm organizing, as well as keeping them in protected. So just to recap, graded card submission, semi-rigid card holders by Ultra Pro. I ordered these on Amazon. There's going to be a link in the description, so you'll be able to click it and go right to it. There is the size. That is the end of the process. The beginning of the process starts with these, and I'll also include that in the description as well. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you're interested in. I am game for anything that will bring this channel attention, as I am looking to take over YouTube. Not gonna lie. So thank you very much, and talk to you later.